All right, speaking of Donald Trump, he made headlines Wednesday calling on Russia to hack Hillary Clinton's email.
What do I have to get involved with Putin for? I have nothing to do with Putin. I've never spoken to him. I don't know anything about him other than he will respect me. He doesn't respect our president. And if it is Russia, which is probably not, nobody knows who it is, but if it is Russia, it's really bad for a different reason, because it shows how little respect they have for our country when they would hack into a major party and get everything. But it would be interesting to see. I will tell you this. Russia, if you're listening, I hope you're able to find the 30,000 emails that are missing. I think you will probably be rewarded mightily by our press.
All right, John Allen, we've heard a lot of things from Donald Trump. And I haven't quite heard anything like that, and especially to do it on day 3 of the Democratic National Convention. That's not really in keeping with traditional political practice for the opposing party.
Saying it publicly probably protects him from any legal repercussion for instructing the Russians to go commit acts of espionage against American political parties, or even the State Department, where the 30,000 emails. But yeah, that was an unusual moment there. I don't have an explanation for it.
He said he was joking, but what he did succeed.
Did it sound like he was joking?
Well, that's what they sort of tried to, I think, after the fact, imply that he was joking. But what he did succeed in doing, John, is obviously getting people like us to talk about it. This is news at a time when obviously the Democrats wanted the spotlight to be solely here in Philadelphia. You want to say something?
Yeah, but so we are talking about it. But if you look in the morning news tomorrow, and if there's a split screen, and you have Donald Trump on one side saying that, and you have President Obama or Vice President Biden on the other side talking about the very high stakes we face as a nation, the very real challenges we face, like globally, I don't think that anyone there would say, wow, you know, Donald Trump is the guy I'm going to trust to be commander-in-chief. And so, yes, you know what, he's a provocateur. He will always generate earned media. He will always drive the press, but he is wrong in thinking that all press is good press.
Let me ask you, because we've had some Republican strategists on our air all day today talking about this, and we had Sean Spicer, the communications director for the RNC, and he pivoted and said, well, you know, Hillary Clinton is the one who actually put this nation at risk by having a private email server. David Frum, who's a well-known conservative, wrote an article in The Atlantic today where he's essentially saying, look, the FBI didn't find any legal reason to indict her, but what Donald Trump is doing is he's actively subverting American interests in favor of Russian interests. And this is not a guy who's a Democrat. He's a Republican. He's a conservative. He's saying that the Republican Party is turning into the party of Trump, and that for Republicans to come out and try to make that false equivalence doesn't work. What do you say to that, John?
Yeah, I think David Frum makes a good point that that Russia is a different type of adversary than the Democratic Party for Republicans, and should be, right? That to equate those two things, or to choose Russia over the Democratic Party as a potential ally is not what we typically think of as politics stopping at the water's edge. So I think Trump's going to have an issue here. I think Liz is right. Not all press is good press.